Welcome to Florence Kadhambi, Management Lecturer and Trainer YouTube channel. Today, we're going to discuss one of the core topics in business management, which is known as business environment. Nowadays, businesses operate in a very dynamic and competitive environment. Therefore, we take this time to explore the meaning, the importance, and the nature of this business environment. Stay tuned for more information on the same, and welcome. The learning objective of this topic is to help the learner familiarize with the nature of business environment and to identify and evaluate the complexities of the business environment. The business, just like human beings, do not operate in a vacuum. They operate in a certain surrounding, and that is what we are referring to as business environment. Therefore, one of the key definitions that we can have, we can say that the business environment is a sum of all conditions, events, factors, and forces that influence its operations. Further, we can say that business environment is composed of all the things which are external to a firm and the industry, which affect the organization and its operations. In a broader definition, we can say that the business environment again is composed of elements, forces, conditions, which are internal and external to the organization, and they affect its operations. Next, we discuss the different types of organization environment. The organization environment is subdivided into two major components, the internal environment and the external environment. The internal environment is composed of elements that are within the boundaries of the organization. That is why we are saying it is the internal environment. The external environment is composed of elements that are outside the boundaries of the organization. The external environment is further subdivided into two, where we have the task environment, which is also referred to as the industry environment, and further we have the general environment as illustrated in the slide number 3. Next, it is the industry environment, which is also referred to as the task environment. A business firm's strategy is affected by the structural characteristic of the industry in which it operates in. Therefore, it is considered essential for a firm to make an elaborate analysis of the industry in which the firm operates its business. Who are the key players in the task environment? We have the suppliers, and we know that the suppliers are the providers of the production or the service material. Therefore, it is important for every manager to analyze the power of the suppliers. Next, we have the customers. Of course, in business, the customer is always considered to be the lifeblood of the customer. And it is the primary goal of every organization to meet the customer needs. It is the customer, again, who pays money for the organization's product. Therefore, it is important we analyze their power in the business. The other player, we call them the competitors. The policies of an organization will always be influenced by the competitors. A competitor, remember, offers a similar product to what the company is producing. In a marketplace, always the companies try to stay and go further ahead of their competitors. They always try to outdo the competitors. Again, it is important we analyze the tactics that are being used by the competitor so that you can be able to counterattack. The other player in the task environment is the substitute product. We know that the producers of the substitute product are in direct competition with a company. The substitute product, we know that they serve the same category of customers as what our company is producing. Therefore, we know that the substitute product put a limit or a ceiling in the pricing. The other key player is the regulator. The regulator may be the government agency that is concerned with the regulating that given industry. The regulators are a unit in the task environment that have the authority to control, regulate, and also influence an organization's policies. The last player in the task environment that we should note are known as the strategic partners. Who are the strategic partners? They are the organizations and the individuals with whom the organization is to an agreement or understanding for the benefit of their organization. Therefore, we can agree that the strategic partners also in some way influence the organization activities. The second component of the external environment is referred to as the general environment, or we can also call it the broad environment. It is composed of elements that are outside the organization boundaries, and whatever happens in the general environment has a broad or a major impact on the operations of an organization. What are the key elements of the general environment? They are political factors, economic factors, social-cultural factors, technological factors, legal factors, environmental factors, and also the international factors. We normally use an acronym known as PESTELI to indicate those major factors. Under the political factor, we can analyze some variables like the taxation policy, the political stability and instability of a given country, the ruling government, the government agencies that are in power at that particular point in time. Under the economic factor, we can again analyze the taxation policy, the inflation and the deflation, the exchange rates, the interest rates, unemployment levels, and also the GDP of a given country. Under the social-cultural factors, we analyze things like the demographic characteristic of the society in which the organization operates in. This may include things like the age, the income, the occupation of that given population. The culture, remember there we look at the values, the beliefs, and also the shared assumptions. Then under the technological factor, we look at the latest technologies that have been put in place, and it may include use of internet, the ICT, the global transfer of technology, and so forth. Under the legal factors, we look at the laws and the regulatory framework in a given country, e.g. the Factory Act, the Industrial Relations Act, the Companies Act, etc. Then under the environmental factors, here the strategy makers need to analyze the trends in the natural environment or the laws that are put in place regarding the use of the natural resources. Then next we have the international environment. The international environment here, remember, it refers to the degree to which an organization is involved or is affected by businesses in other countries. Because of globalization, we can say that now the nations of the entire world are operating in one main market. There is a network of communication and transportation which has made the entire world to be interconnected. Again, remember, this environment is uncontrollable, and what the manager needs to know or need to do is to monitor it so that once it presents opportunities, he or she can go for them. Once it presents the threats, you cannot control, but you need to mitigate or have your plan B because you are in business to stay. That is why we say that a business is an ongoing concern. Thank you for listening and watching this video. kindly like and subscribe so that you can be able to get more lessons on different areas in business management. Thank you once again and be blessed.